Our scan detected contraband. Halt and prepare to be boarded. All illegal and stolen goods will be confiscated. Copy that. Stay on course while we escort you in.
Why are you bothering to carry all that junk?
Don't be stupid. Harder for yourself. Hold it right there. You're under arrest.
You're coming with us. We'll be taking any contraband and stolen property you have on you.
I know your type. Freewheeling space ace. Must be nice.
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere? It's because they have little outposts everywhere.
Move along.
Beautiful. Unique. Original.
Here on Beyond. Our beds are built for
Physicians are qualified to assist.
Well, with all signs pointing to the lounge, I suppose we should pay it a visit. Purely for exploratory purposes, of course.
Need something? Now we're... Done here? Time to move on.
Interesting. This district certainly provides evidence that Ryujin's influence has spread from their tower and out into the city.
Need a weapon? I've got more than you. Always keep plenty of ammo in stock, too. Yeah? Would help yourself. All right, get out of here.
Is it really necessary for you to drag around all that gear?
Neon security! You're... Smart move.
Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days. Spreading like a virus.
Oh, look who's got a Laredo gun. Welcome to civilization, cowboy. Keep it moving.
We offer a full range of cosmetic and biological services for just a few credits.
Well done, my
Rely medical with you wherever you go.
I'm not in the mood.
Got those two. Just don't even bother with that other place.
To be visiting the Astral Land while we're here. I mean, that's a given, right?
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Watch your fingers. Lots of dangerous machines around.
Nice to catch you in the office.
Is that my beautiful shipment? You were right about this one, Masako. Looks like it. This should be more than enough. Now, I shall excuse myself and get to work on finalizing this prototype.
So, what did you learn about CM Station RC-1? Lucas must be desperate if he hired them to collect the Rothicite. Were there any survivors? Seeking ecliptic on a station with nothing but miners and scientists? Corporations can sink low, but this is a new level. Now, I also had a report that you were spotted at the clinic. I take it you traced the shipment there? I figured it was related. And were you able to... So, it sounds like Lucas has reached a new level of desperation to ensure his future as CEO.
To hell with corporations and CEOs and profit margins. People have died, and you aren't showing the least bit of remorse. Ugh.
I'll make sure Yuko's team extracts every bit of information they can from the clinic's database on this. Between hiring Ecliptic and unauthorized human trials, we have enough to take Lucas down for good. And with the Rothicite secure, it's almost time for us to make our move. Head up to the executive floor and speak to Dalton. I've called a meeting, and I expect you to attend.
It's good to see you again.
Absolutely gorgeous statue. The craftsmanship, it's unparalleled. I wonder if it was hand-carved.
All right on time. I briefed Masako on the mole and went over the evidence you brought from Nix in detail. The evidence you provided was enough.
I'm not sure what you're playing at, but I don't like it. Not one bit.
After some debate, we decided to fully disclose. Good. As long as the board isn't feeling difficult today, this meeting should go smoothly. Now, let's get this over with, shall we? We called you all together to discuss a recent security breach. We discovered a mole within the company who leaked vital information about Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd.
You've got to be kidding me.
Just don't tell me it's Vina. I think we've all noticed she's not here.
Before you speculate any further, no, it's not Vina. The guilty party is Imogene Salzo, much to my disappointment. Our operative here obtained the evidence to confirm it.
Dalton, how does something like this happen?
Imogene is highly trained. Ularu can even speak to that. We demand the best. So that's the threat we deal with.
I may have well-trained operatives, but security is your responsibility, Dalton. This is a huge failing on your part.
I accept the responsibility, but let's not forget. The mole has already been exposed and dealt with.
Of course, thanks to another of my operatives. Watch me.
Imogene's been dealt with, so bickering is pointless. All I care about is reacquiring our property and what this might be costing us financially.
Vina is completing the internal neuroamp prototype as we speak. Our operative will receive the implant, infiltrate Infinity Ltd, and obtain any and all research. I have it on good authority. The experimentations they've done to replicate the missing pieces of our work have resulted in fatalities.
Botched human trials and murder for hire? You don't bounce back from that. At least not with Infinity's legal team.
If I may make a suggestion, we should give this evidence to David at SSNN. It's the best neutral method of releasing this information to the general public.
That'd make my job easier.
David it is, then.
Misako, the internal neuroamp is ready if you want to send down the candidate.
I hope you're ready for this. And that's precisely why I know we can count on you. Vina will be waiting for you in the neuroamp division in R&D. Once you're done, meet me in my office. Be ready to discuss the details of your next assignment.
You'll be lucky to have us.
I hope you're right. My head's gonna roll if we screw this up.
Ryujin's CEO is no joke.
Excuse me. I have to admit, I'm a bit jealous of Ryujin's gorgeous. The fact that the neuroamp can control and manipulate people against their will is disgusting. The device shouldn't be allowed to exist.
Warning. This unit is not suited for addressing mental health concerns.
Hey there. Ah, here's my lucky candidate. I hope you're ready to embark on one amazing journey. Yes, I always love a willing subject. Now, just a few details before we begin. Obviously, we'll be putting you under. I'll be making a small incision in the back of your skull where the internal neuroamp will be fitted. The whole procedure should only take 3 to 4 hours with little to no downtime afterwards. Provided DeMarcus got everything entered correctly.
Did I not just say I quadruple-checked the numbers?
You know I'm just giving you a hard time. Besides, I've got to make sure my patient is reassured. Of course. We've got, what, 5 PhDs between the two of us?
6, but who's counting?
All I'm saying is that you're in good hands. Now, just lie down on the table once you're ready, and we should be good to go.
I hope you know what you're doing. I worry about you. Be safe.
All right, let's get this party started. Well, well, look who's finally up. The operation was a success, obviously. Once you're able to refocus, let me know how you're doing. So, how are you feeling? You look good? That's exactly what we want. Just a couple quick notes before using the internal neuroamp. First, you can only influence one person at a time. And second, the effect is temporary, so be prepared if you use it in a combat situation. Great. Now let's test this sucker out. DeMarcus has graciously volunteered for science, he says. That's the spirit. DeMarcus loves being hands-on and experiencing things on his own. It's probably why he's the second most published scientist here, after me. Just head up the stairs nearby to the observation deck.
I have performed a cursory scan of your vital signs.
Quantum physics lecture from Bina, that's all.
You got me with one of those last week. What was it this time? Electron splitting? Wormholes?
The probability involved in calculating the interactions between certain universes in a multiverse. I only understood about half of it. Made me happy I became an engineer instead of a physicist.
Yeah, well, don't let it slip to DeMarcus that she lectured you. He'll give you a 3-hour lecture of his own about why he disagreed with your theory.
On the one hand, I'm fascinated by the incredible technology. On the other, I'm terrified what could happen should this fall into the wrong hands. I've never been so divided about something in all my life.
Oh my god, that was incredible. What was it like?
Wow. How to describe it? 1 minute I was excited about seeing how the experiment would go. The next, I had a brief moment of disorientation and figured I must have lost my train of thought. It felt eerily natural. And yes, I admit it, just as you predicted.
I knew it, I knew it, I knew it! I can hardly wait to finish writing up my latest dissertation. And you owe me 100 creds.
I'll be keeping myself under constant surveillance now. I'm curious if any other side effects may manifest.
So, tell me all about it. How did it feel? Any side effects? I'll take that as a no on the side effects, and that toy you love so much is very powerful, so use it wisely.
Yeah, toy is hardly the word I'd use to describe it. It really was fascinating how all I experienced was a moment of disorientation. It's truly remarkable tech. When it comes to your job, you bet it does. Besides, the neuroamp is in total control. If a subject's morals or beliefs in something are strong enough, we still see points of failure. That being said, it's been interesting to discover the actions our subjects sanction in their own minds.
Okay. As much as I'd love to go over the details and potential of this amazing piece of technology I created, it sounds like you have an assignment to complete.
A 3-hour quantum physics lecture from Vienna, that's all.
You don't smell electrical one of those smoke, last week. What was it this time?
Yes?
This deal could be huge for my company. My career will be over. if this deal
Good,
falls
you're
through.
here. Now that you've been outfitted with the internal neuroamp, it's time to put that tech to work. We're sending you into Infinity Ltd. Lucas Drexler is about to learn exactly why you don't steal from Ryujin Industries. And wish he shall, every day, while he rots away in prison. All right, Yuko has provided You have 2 options for this assignment. We'll be providing you with the means for both. Option A, you gain entry through their maintenance access on the roof. Option B, we give you an assigned identity and arrange a meeting for you. Just hope those acting skills don't get you caught or killed. Now, depending on your preference, you'll either find yourself in the maintenance hallway or the marketing department. From there, you have 3 targets. First, you have Lucas Drexler's computer, located in his office on the executive floor. Second is Faye Sengsavan's computer in research and development. And third, you need to obtain the prototype they are working on, also in R&D.
As you can see, you've several floors to traverse, so I hope you're prepared for an adventure.
That's what we're counting on. Now, I had Ularu create a program that you need to run on both Lucas and Faye's computers. I'll let her explain the details.
You see, once we expose Infinity Ltd., all of their data is going to come under intense scrutiny. We only want the public to know about their mercenary hires and unauthorized human trials, but Project Dominion needs to remain confidential. I've created an overseer program that will gather all the evidence we need, and at the same time delete anything relating to Ryujin and the internal neuroamp. Exactly. And what the public doesn't know doesn't hurt them.
With tech like that, I can see why you'd want to maintain control of the narrative, though I strongly object to the methods.
If the media were to draw their own conclusions, I'm certain they'd just create a panic among people. Controlling the narrative is of the utmost.
Oh, let's just hope this program...
No, we don't want to mess on this one. A body count will only... In fact, unless they're a master at being one with the shadows, I'd suggest you leave your friend behind. Lower the risk. Simon Rychek provided some useful info on how to evacuate civilians from the building. I'm sure you remember him from Sidonia. Infinity's maintenance crew is understaffed. It's only a matter of time before pressure gauges go unchecked and they have a massive issue on their hands. Once that pressure becomes too much, every floor in the building is going to suffer from gas leaks. So Simon was able to get a passcode for you to access their system's computer, so you can force the heating system to fail. My thoughts exactly. We're also issuing you an operative suit. It should help reduce their ability to detect you. These suits are typically reserved for the senior ranks, but we want to reduce as much risk as possible. And that's what we're hoping for.
Once you've run the Overseer program and obtained the prototype, your final step is to deliver the slate to David Barron at the SSNN field office. If he asks questions, feel free to give him. SSNN is used to anonymous tips. They'll do whatever verifications they deem necessary on their own to confirm the story. Good. I guarantee the moment he scratches the surface on that story, he'll have a broadcast sent to every system. So, any final questions before you go? You'll be restricted to the marketing floor, and good luck, and be sure to report directly.
Come with me. I have everything you need for this assignment in my office.
Yeah? Okay, but
As much as I hate to admit it, Musako's plan is fairly straightforward and effective. Well, provided you don't screw up this assignment, she certainly won't. Lucky for you, my side of the plan doesn't involve any extra legwork on your end. The program that Masako had me write will be doing all the heavy lifting. While it's downloading the evidence needed, it will also be interspersing an array of files that will say Masako was heavily involved. Never. Some sympathizers like Dalton might linger on her side, but it's a majority vote that she can't win. Now here's everything you need. Simon's passcode, your operative suit, the Overseer program, and your cover identity. Your cover ID card is encoded with roof entry and elevator access, so that's your ticket in, either way. Don't screw this up. Skylar Lumen?
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
I've been waiting here for ages.
My company's future might be riding on this deal.
They know how to make a client feel welcome up here.
Back off. That's an order, not a suggestion.
Ever run into spacers? Scumbags and scavengers. They're like vultures, picking away at the leftovers of a colony war. You'll find them scouring through old labs and facilities, taking whatever they can.
That's fine. I also don't recycle. Are you going to arrest me? Hello.
Don't be nervous. You got this.
Welcome to Infinity Ltd's corporate headquarters. Hello. Did you have an appointment with us today?
Like staggeringly huge. They need people like you. Even with your trades.
Yeah, I'm sure a junior assistant is vital.
It's your foot in the door. Show initiative, positive attitude, and the sky's the limit.
Ah, yes. From Lumen Interactive. The elevator here will take you to the marketing floor. Once you arrive, you'll want to talk to Ellis Ortiz. He's the receptionist there and will be happy to help you.
Welcome to Infinity Ltd's marketing department. Desi notified me that you are on your way. If you just have a seat, I can notify Miss Hart that you've arrived. Howdy. Our waiting area is just to my right. Excuse me, you can't just...
Kill for a cup of coffee right about now.
non-essential personnel must evacuate the building. Please find the nearest exit and contact emergency services.
suspect. A long gun.
Whatever that was, it's over now.
got a few diplomatic mission stamps in your file.
If you ever find yourself with a hot lead, we will do our best to protect your anonymity. Can I help you? Well, I'll be the judge of that. What's this so-called story about? Corporate greed claims victims once more. And you have evidence to support this claim. Good. The less investigation we need to put into this, I don't suppose you want to tell me how you got. Of course. I just hope you're so... Is there at least a name I can cite as my... Why am I not surprised? As long as the evidence is adequate and verifiable. Now, if you'll excuse...
Private sector. Now that's where the real money's at.
I believe you were specifically told that we did not want a body count on this. Wrong. The execution matters just as much. Something you should have learned by now. All the tools at your disposal, and yet here we are. I hope you at least attempted to use the internal neuroamp. And yet not useful enough to avoid a body count? Still, it's good to know the applications are proving themselves. So now it's just a waiting game for SSNN to break the news. Once the story airs, we have another board meeting scheduled to decide how to handle Infinity. Go ahead, Maeve.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes, thank you.
Citizens of New Atlantis were shocked today when an unidentified assailant left several dead at the Infinity LTD building. The murders are believed to be linked to a new investigation where Drexler would have been accused of numerous violations, including murder for hire, unauthorized human trials, and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed to hold numerous victims. Drexler's motivation appears to be an attempt to launch a new product based off stolen information from a competitor. The details on the project itself have yet to be confirmed, but it's believed that Masako Imada, CEO of Ryujin Industries, may be involved. A series of communications between Drexler and Imada were discovered, where she encouraged Drexler to ignore approval guidelines for human trials. This has been David Barron for SSNN.
Impossible. You set me up. You expect me to believe you're simply an unwilling pawn in this? We'll see about that. Assuming I know exactly how this situation came about, I have only a few things to say. Should Ularu run this company, the reputation of Ryujin Industries will change dramatically. Her unchecked tactics will be heavy-handed, involving murder without question of both the innocent and the guilty. Ryujin may gain financial success, but the percentage is not worth the real cost. But she's... It's true. Ularu's always put Ryujin first, and I can't argue that. Even with her aggressive tactics, she'll keep Ryujin at the top for decades to come. I encourage you to speak to the board members. We'll be having the meeting shortly to determine the fate of Infinity Ltd. And now, I imagine, myself as CEO. We must receive at least 50% of the vote. I trust you'll be able to sway them.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
I take it Masako wasn't as pleased to hear the SSNN broadcasts as she thought she'd be? I'm sure she does. She knows I'm the only one that could pull this off. And now she's going to have some serious regrets about holding this upcoming board meeting. Which brings me back to you. Masako wants us to acquire Infinity Ltd., which is obviously not on my list of things to do. I need you to persuade the board members otherwise, and make sure they're on our side when I move to vote Masako out. Good. I'll be The internal neuroamp essentially guarantees success. As long as you get the results I'm looking for. With Masako out of the way and the internal neuroamp finally ready for production, or at least until I retire. Exactly. And all you need to do is...
Hey there. And how's my favorite patient doing? Not... That's great. I'd say Project Dominion is ready for legitimate human trials in that case. One step closer to seeing market approval. Genevieve is going to be So... I'd be the next Ray DeCaris, my childhood hero and mentor. How amazing would that be? DeMarcus, eat your heart out. Don't tell him I said that. He knows I love and respect him. So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity Ltd be? Wow, you're no fun. I guess there's no point in examining their failures. Besides, I don't want any of their research to steer me in a bad direction. I know Masako will be pushing for the acquisition. I still can't get over everything that's happening, but you're right. Maybe a change of leadership is needed in order to prevent this from happening again. And I have no doubt that Ularu would keep my department fully funded. Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward to the meeting, right? See you in there.
This meeting should prove to be very interesting, especially after that bomb SSNN dropped in their last broadcast. I assume Masako briefed you on her preferred outcome. Good on you. If it were up to me, I'd have shut down Project Dominion a long time ago. I knew it was a grave security risk, and look what happened. I suppose you're right. As long as I'm fully aware of the risks, I can properly account for them. My first priority will be to get the board and all security members set up with shielding as soon as possible. Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity Ltd, we're about to add a significant workload onto my team. The last thing I want to deal with are any more incidents this new neuroamp might cause. I hate to agree, but you're right. And I'm sure Masako will understand my reasoning. You would side against her after everything we've been through? I can't shake it. Perhaps if you present your argument. Not that it was a huge concern. But it would be nice to be rid of the shadow it's left. I never thought I'd be agreeing to Ularu as CEO. But I'm beginning to believe you're right. I owe Masako a great debt for my success in life. It pains me to admit you're right. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to make sure I'm prepared for this meeting.
Don't tell me. Masako wants to make sure I'm still on her side after SSNN dropped this media bomb on us? Mm-hmm. And I don't have an agenda. Look, I know Misako sent you. She know. Now that she's been tied to Lucas, buying up Infinity Ltd. only reinforces the narrative. It's gonna be a hard sell to make this look good. Exactly. We don't even know what could be hidden in their financial and legal records. At this point, the less unknowns, the better. Sounds like you've got a bit of your own agenda going on. Even if the evidence exists to clear her name, it may be hard for the public to dissociate her from what Lucas Drexler has done. In which case, it wouldn't matter if we trusted her. We can't have a CEO whose name is synonymous with murder and corruption associated with the Ryujin. Now that's a delicate subject. But our competition really is upping their game. If we want to survive the coming onslaught, you're right. Ularu would be the logical choice. And what's your second point to consider? You're preaching to the choir. I have every intention of using it to our full advantage. In fact, I already have an entire marketing campaign in the works, and ready to pitch once... Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operative. Good talk. Maybe I'll even consult you on future endeavors.
You're looking interesting. Just the person I wanted to see. I want to get all the details locked down for this meeting, and I believe you to be one of the best sources available. Good. I prefer first-hand feedback when available. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity Ltd. Throughout your assignments here. Do you think they're worth redemption? And why? Your statement confirms my suspicions. As much as Genevieve believes the public perception would boost overall sales, there's no way to know the repercussions of their financials. Next question. What are your thoughts on SSNN's reports that Misako is allegedly connected to Lucas Drexler? Yes. Desperation often leads to poor life choices. I find it difficult to believe that our CEO was truthfully involved in such endeavors. I look forward to seeing what Alexis can learn about the subject. Yes, Ulara would be a very capable CEO. Her loyalty to Ryujin is unmatched. I appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask if there's anything I can do for you, considering how helpful you've been. It's the next big step for Ryujin Industries. Financially, it'll keep us secure for years to come. There's no doubt it's our future. This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time. You operatives really will wear anything.
So much work to do. If you need something, make it quick. I'd like to make sure my arguments are solid before this meeting. You heard correct. I've every reason to believe that Infinity Ltd. Is the Pandora's box of corporations. I mean, I could handle it as well as any other high-profile situation. But the real question is, do I want to? And the answer to that is no. Are you trying to add to my stress right now? First off, if I find out you used that device on me, I will tie you up in court on whatever charges I can conjure for the rest of your life. Second, that tech is one major human rights violation that no legal team wants to fight. I'll do whatever I can to make sure. In an ideal situation, yes. And I suppose creating that ideal situation is within my power. Now you've made it sound like a proper challenge that I can't help but accept. Masako is lucky to have you at her disposal, you know? You may be the greatest asset, aside from the internal neuroamp, that Ryujin has. You aren't the first person to say that. There's definitely something to be... She's ruthless in ways that Masako isn't, and especially after this mess with Infinity. This exchange has been surprisingly insightful, but now I really do need to get back to my note.
To start this meeting, let me just say that the SSNN allegations are completely false.
And you expect us to just believe that?
If they're false, how did this happen?
I'll be ordering a full investigation, but I have my suspicions, which I'll address once this meeting has concluded. Until then, I'm still CEO, and we'll be moving forward with this meeting to acquire Infinity Ltd.
Do you really think we want a potential criminal? One suspected of being the actual mole here, leading a crucial meeting like this? In fact, I propose we remove Masako as CEO altogether, and nominate myself to take her place.
You can't be serious.
As much as it pains me to say it, I second the motion. My apologies, Masako, but we've failed here. Perhaps new leadership is what's needed moving forward.
Dalton, you can't seriously believe that.
Agreed. I initially believed we could pull through this, but I think a fresh perspective is necessary to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Any arguments against?
Yes, on the fact that I'm innocent and completely capable of doing my job.
Let's leave it up to the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
I had a feeling this would go my way.
Traitors. All of you.
Well, there you have it. And now, since you're no longer a part of this board, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
This isn't over. To think I had high hopes for you.
Now, Masako. Don't go taking out your shortcomings on our operative here.
Enough with your attitude, Ularu. I don't care what anyone says or what the evidence is. I know you're behind this. And I'll prove it, no matter how long it takes.
Good thing you're going to have plenty of time on your hands, then. Security. Why don't you escort Masako to her office? I'm sure law enforcement will be looking for her soon anyway. Now, let's get back to business. I'm sure you all know my feelings on acquiring Infinity Ltd, but this is a vote. So, any arguments for the acquisition? No arguments for? This bodes well. Arguments against? Besides my own, of course.
There's pretty much no technological benefit here. We've always been ahead of Infinity Ltd.
And not to mention how bad it would look if the public believes Masako was involved.
All right. All in favor of acquiring Infinity Ltd and being judged by yours truly? Excellent. Not bad for my first meeting. Does anyone have anything else to bring to the table before we break? I almost hate to ask now, but are there any other matters to bring forth? No? Good. Meeting adjourned.
If only there were more hours in the day.
You're looking interesting today.
If operation starts to bore you, let me know. You'd make a perfect lab rat for
Well
the R&D.
done. Very well done. No Infinity Ltd mess to clean up, and no more Masako as CEO. You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin. For me especially. I do love the sound of that. It takes guts for someone in your position to go up against the CEO. And Masako never saw it coming. I hope that enthusiasm sticks with you for the foreseeable future. Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I'm sure you'll find it adequate for all you've done. I'm also promoting you to senior operative. You've certainly proven yourself capable enough. It's well deserved. As a senior op, you now have a personal office, mission board access, and you're free to work on your own time. The mission board will hold any available assignments, although I may still notify you should I require your more specific talents. Oh, and no more docs and pay. I only care about the end result, not the methods. Any questions? In that case, I suggest you get familiar. I'll admit, you helped me pull off a pretty big win. So, if you want to take some time off, I get it. Just don't forget, you...
Don't cause any trouble.
Welcome to Ryujin Tower. Enjoy your day.
Supply chain disruptions in the Cheyenne system? Mr. Cho won't be happy about that.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
If Alexis asks about me, I am not here. Imogene told me she hired another... So long. I'm sure we'll meet again.
A gala at the new Atlantis Freestar Embassy. That'd be a good way to gather... Intel? I heard about you. Running with Tomo. That guy will never learn.
Oh my god! I'm literally following in your footsteps right now! It's so cool! Has anyone ever told you you're the greatest explorer? Let me know if you want to talk some more. can't believe people are spreading lies about you being in the Crimson Fleet. Don't worry. I'm on the front lines of every social media hub, defending your good name. I can't believe people are spreading lies about you being in the Crimson Fleet. Don't worry. I'm on the front lines of every social media hub, defending
Good day, Captain.
Be scanned as you enter the city.
Fancy seeing you here. Oh, hello there. Terrific. Let's take a... Oh, these people have waited years already. Take it easy.